Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're going to look at AMC and focus on AMC. I'm going to talk about AMC stock and what I'm personally doing with my stock. I'm also going to talk about where I think the stock is headed. We're going to focus on AMC and do a deep dive on AMC. We're going to look at the fundamental analysis, the technical analysis. We're going to look at the fundamentals of the company, fundamental data. We're going to look at all aspects and all things. We're also going to look at where the MOASS roadmap would be. If you're not familiar with the MOASS roadmap, you got to go back to my channel because I know there's a lot of new people on the channel. You got to watch my old videos, the MOASS roadmap videos. But basically, I had a map that told us the price every single day. I was playing out candle for candle. So we're going to look at that as well. So this video is something you want to watch if you hold AMC. Let's go ahead and hop into the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Data Zero. In this video, we're going to be looking at AMC stock. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and technical analysis before buying any stock or crypto asset. I just dropped a weekly prediction update video covering all of the mega plays, all of the face melting gain plays, all of the big long-term accumulation swing plays that I'm looking at: Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, XLM, GameStop, AMC, SQQQ, and more, and covering the overall market analysis, talking about different stocks as well. So go ahead and check out that video if you want that information. This video is going to be focused on AMC stock. We're just going to be focusing on AMC in this video, looking at the charts, technical analysis, and news. So the first thing I want to go over is the speculative data, such as we do have the settlement payment coming on Monday, which is given as a dividend. This could potentially expose naked shorting and cause naked short rallies. So this is what we're looking at as far as that. We're also seeing a mess with the brokers. We're seeing an absolute mess with the brokers. They are not doing well with the conversion. They're messing it up, and they're creating millions and millions and millions of fails to deliver. So we're seeing millions and millions of fails to deliver being created. We're also seeing short interest reports go absolutely crazy, all the way as high as 275%, and then all the way as low as 9%. Fintel right now is reporting 29.24%, which is an increase in short interest after the reverse split. So this is bullish. That means shorts have not covered as far as we can see, and short interest is going absolutely crazy. So this is bullish as well. Again, this is the more speculative side of things. We're going to focus on this. Then we're going to focus on fundamental data and get into the charts. It's going to be a deep dive video into AMC. So we have that going on. We have FTDs being created. We have the brokers messing up the conversion. We have the possible dividend paying out, exposing naked short, which could cause sudden spurts and rallies if they have to cover their naked short positions from being exposed. These are all very bullish things for AMC. We also are still on the threshold security list, so this is bullish as well. We need to get Monday's data. We really need to see Monday's data to make sure we remain on the threshold security list, but this is bullish as well. We want to watch short interest very, very, very closely. Now, if we look at history, we can see that other short squeezes have seen a run up to the upside and then a major dip to the downside. This is where shorts can cover, where FTDs can be covered, where things that are out of control, like the FTDs, the short interest, can be covered at these lower ranges, and then you see a massive run up to the upside, similar to what we see here in Volkswagen and many other short squeezes where they have a run up to the upside, where things start get out of control. There's an accumulation range, then things start getting out of control, then there's a major dump to the downside, then you have your short squeeze. If you go ahead and look at AMC, we're seeing max fear and max capitulation. We have our accumulation range. We start to run up to the upside. You guys can see we start to curl back to the upside. Then we get a dump down to the downside. We could see a major spring back to the upside. And again, things that go down very quickly are going to recover very, very quickly. Stocks do not just move in one way. They have to bounce. You will see a sharp recovery once AMC does find its bottom. Now, we do have a filing that Adam Aron is going to be selling about 6 million shares around August 28th or shortly after August 28th. So we have dilution coming. We have dilution coming. What you could be seeing now is the market pricing in dilution. Also, this could be a way that shorts can cover. So shorts can get these low prices. They can cover at these low prices, and it will start to run up. We also have multiple gap fills to the upside. So this is bullish as well. and the company is doing better than ever. First of all, it's raising money and capital with these shares. It already came out with a positive earning. It's been doing very, very well on the earnings, getting better and better and better. It has lucrative things like the popcorn, multiple things going for AMC, showing that the fundamentals of the company are improving and the short thesis is literally destroyed. So it would make sense for these shorts to cover, especially now that Adam Aaron has all of this extra cash that he's going to be able to raise with all of this dilution. Now, we have seen massive dilution in AMC. The float is at about a billion. Okay, if you look at AMC's float, it's about a billion. We'll go ahead and pull up the float for you guys, but I think it's at about 900 million right now, but we'll go ahead and get the exact number for you guys real quick. So AMC's float, so shares outstanding are 58 million right now. Implied shares outstanding is 1.87 million. The float is 142 million. So these numbers are definitely off. These numbers are definitely off right now. We got the float as high as a billion when Ape got converted. So we will see the adjusted numbers here soon, but this is showing you some of the madness going on with the data that we're receiving. It's all over the place. Also, if you've been part of the live stream, you've seen a lot of glitches on AMC. So multiple people have reported AMC hitting a price of 192, 195. I have screenshots of that. Let's go ahead and pull up Twitter so I can show you guys the screenshots of the 196, I believe it was. We'll go ahead and get the exact number for you guys. I just got to find the post. But again, we have multiple glitches. And if you watch my live streams, you will see multiple glitches, okay? I've caught multiple glitches on the live stream. Yes, right here, 196, right here, 196, caught on the live stream. And again, watch the live streams. I stream from market open to market close. I start around 9:15, so hop into my channel around 9:15 for the live stream on Monday through Friday. But we catch many glitches. So again, things could potentially be breaking. This is more speculative data. We'll hop into the TA here in a second. But again, things could be breaking. The fundamentals are improving in the company. The short thesis is literally destroyed. This company is not going bankrupt anytime soon. It has a lot of capital. Also, the fundamental data is showing that things are still in motion. We're still seeing FTDs rack up. We're still on the threshold security list. We're still seeing short interest increasing. So we are seeing positive signs on these metrics. So again, fundamental data of the company is looking good. Fundamental data as far as metrics and short interest. So fundamentals of the company, I should say, is looking good. Fundamental data is looking good, like short interest, FTDs, threshold security list, cost to borrow sitting at about 700%. So again, this is putting a ton of pressure and strain on the hedge funds playing these high prices. They want to cover these short positions and get these off of their books, especially if a market crash comes, which we are looking forward to. A market crash, we do think the market is going to be crashing here on this channel. At least most of us do. We have the technical analysis to back it up. A market crash would cause liquidity to dry up and margin calls to come, causing AMC short squeeze as well, especially if they still hold these massive short positions, which it seems they do. It does not seem like the reverse split was the cleanup operation that we thought it was, and I would happily love to be wrong about this because that means the play is still 100% intact, and that is so far what we're seeing. We're also seeing multiple signs of brokers and things breaking down in the background. So right now, while there is max fear, I am going to be holding. I am not selling my shares. Now let's go ahead and hop into this right here. This is just a website that I use for predictions and analysis. It gives you a great fear and greed. You guys can see that there is a lot of fear on AMC. Again, when others are fearful, you want to be greedy. Also, it gives you a weekly and monthly prediction. You guys can see that it's calling for upside for the week and it's calling upside for the month as well. Again, take this with a grain of salt if you would like, but I don't take this into my analysis. I do technical analysis, but it's one more thing to add to all of the data points to give you overall clarity and make sure that your prediction is going to be the right prediction. Again, the more data, the better. You want to make sure that you stack up things, giving you confluence, which gives you confirmation, which gives you confidence. Now, let's go ahead and look at AMC stocks technicals. I'll quickly run through the data real quick. It's 739% cost to borrow. Again, short interest is sitting at 29.24%. Also, we're seeing FTDs increase. We're still on the threshold security list. We haven't got a new FTD report as of late, but we've seen FTDs absolutely stack up. Some of these may have been covered. We will find out here shortly, but we are still on the threshold security list. Again, we're seeing massive amounts of glitches, and we have a earnings positive. Our last earnings was positive. So again, fundamentals looking good, and we are raising even more cash. Also, the movies like Barbie and Oppenheimer are doing very, very well at the box office. So again, I do think the next earnings are going to be very, very good. Multiple things looking bullish for AMC and bearish for the shorts. Now let's go ahead and hop into the charts and statistics, showing you guys the charts and analysis, showing you guys what is going on with AMC based off of the charts. Now that we talked about the fundamental data of the company, or the fundamentals of the company and the fundamental data. So what we're looking at on the charts is gap fills to the upside. You guys can see multiple gap fills to the upside, gap fill here, gap fill here. So we have multiple gap fills to the upside. Also, RSI is extremely oversold, extremely oversold. Again, when others are fearful, be greedy, not financial advice. But guys, you can see that RSI is extremely oversold, and we are way outside of the Bollinger Bands. Normally, when a stock does this, it bounces back inside the bands and snaps back to the upside hard. And we will be looking for this bounce and recovery from AMC once it finds a bottom. Now, we could potentially see a little bit lower low. Again, I gave my weekly prediction last or this week. I just dropped it, so check that video out. I do think we're going to trend to the upside here in pre-market, possibly hitting about 1250, maybe 1260 here in a pre-market, 1350, around that range, $13 in this range between 1250 and 1350. So in that range of a dollar, I do think we'll trend up, then see a little bit of drop to the downside in the morning, hopefully having a green day Monday. Now, we could see potentiality because of fears of dilution. It suddenly drop to the downside, so be ready for this. Be ready for volatility, be ready for anything. But I do think, in my personal opinion, as of right now, from what I'm seeing, I think AMC is starting the bottoming process here at that 1250 range. We can see that the MACD is starting to curl to the upside. You guys can see that the MACD is starting to curl on the 1 hour time frame. Again, we still have a little bit more room to go. You guys can see on the 2 hour time frame, and on the 4 hour time frame, we still have a green cross. So we could start seeing recovery, or we could start seeing more downside. Me personally, I think we're going to start to see more recovery, but we have to be ready for any potentiality because there are fears of dilution, random news coming out, and I think this is a major shakeout. They're trying to shake us out. Now, from what I'm seeing based off of the technicals, it is looking like we're finding a bottom, or what we could see is an eventuality where, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what I'm looking at basically. So I'll show you guys with the polyline the two scenarios that I'm looking at for this week. And go ahead and get a polyline. So basically what I'm thinking is going to be happening is we're going to trend to the upside here in pre-market, get a drop to the downside, finding a bottom off of the similar range that we found around that 1240 area, and then getting a bounce to the upside. This is the bullish scenario that I do think we could see for AMC. Maybe a little bit of fears of dilution, retesting the lows one more time, but I do think we're starting a bottoming process. Normally, AMC likes to test things about 2 to 3 times. So again, we could see another test of this bottom here, another test of this bottom here, and then start recovering to the upside. Now, if naked shorts get exposed from the dividend, that's a whole different story. We're going to see this thing absolutely rocket. If some types of news or FTDs or something gets broken in the background, we're going to see this thing absolutely rocket. But based off of the technicals, this is what I'm looking at. Basically a bottoming process and then a recovery back to the upside later this week. Now, if we see major fears of dilution, and more manipulative gains, you could see AMC do something like this, a sharp drop to the downside, and then a V-shape style recovery bouncing back to the upside. I do think we are very, very close to the bottom. I know a lot of people think that it will go much, much, much lower. I don't think that is actually the case right now. I think we're going to find a bottom and get a sharp recovery back to the upside. We've been way overextended outside the bands. RSI is way oversold. Yes, it could always go lower, but I don't see any gap fills down here. I really think $10 would be the absolute lowest point that we could see this thing going. And if you see it go down to $10, again, you would see a sharp V-shaped recovery in my personal opinion. I do think we are going to be getting a bounce to the upside here soon based off of what I'm seeing. Again, just way oversold, way outside of the bands. We are looking like we are forming a bottom. It's a little bit too early to tell. Again, it's a little bit too early to tell, but it looks like we're forming a possible bottom off of this 1250 range, 1240 range. In that area, we might need to retest it one more time, basically getting a bounce here Monday, maybe through Tuesday, retesting it, and then getting a further bounce to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at based off of the technicals for AMC. We'll go ahead and look at a few other things, see if we can see any other indications that AMC might be looking bullish here on the charts. Let's go ahead and fix the screen real quick. All right. So as you guys can see, we popped on the EMAs. The EMAs look good because of the split. We do have a golden cross here where the 50 EMA marked in gold crosses over the white. So that is a bullish move right there. Again, this is because of the split, but nonetheless, it is still a golden cross. If we look on the daily time frame, you guys can see that the EMAs, the 21 EMA is starting to curl a little bit, The EMAs are way up at $34 and $44, so we will be retesting those. Again, more evidence that we will be moving back to the upside. There's gap fills here, and again, more evidence. Confirmation gives you confluence, which gives you confidence, letting me know that AMC, my prediction that we are going to return back to the upside is going to come to fruition. So I do think we will be filling these gaps to the upside in my personal opinion. You're seeing the EMA starting to curl. We're seeing this golden cross, and we're seeing the EMAs way up here in these higher levels and multiple gap fills, meaning that we will be retesting these higher levels for liquidity. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC based off the technicals. Again, brokers are having a hard time with the conversion and getting the conversion right. We're seeing a lot of things go on. Again, this is more speculative in nature. I like to focus on the charts, but we do take into account the overall data for AMC, like short interest, like cost to borrow, which is very, very important. Cost to borrow is very, very important. Short interest is very, very important. Threshold security list is very, very important, especially now with what is going on. Also, we've seen with short squeezes in the past, a major drop to the downside before a major pump to the upside. And that is actually what AMC looks like it is setting up for, a drop to the downside and a major pump to the upside. Again, being extremely oversold, being extremely overbought, where shorts can cover. We could see a little bit more downside. This thing could get completely beat down to the ground, but I do think it's going to find a bottom, and when it does, it's going to get a major spring to the upside. I think that is what is going to be happening. That is my plan, and I am sticking to it. I think they're going to try to beat this thing down, shake as many people out as possible, beat this thing down to the ground, cover, and run it up. And this could be the process happening right now, and it could be even expedited and move forward if shorts get exposed with the dividend. Again, as long as short interest doesn't dry up and we are still on this threshold security list, this thing is a major, major, major problem. It cannot be on the threshold security that's this long. We're going to see something or another break. And if the short interest is good and the FTDs are still good, we are still golden in my personal opinion. I think they're trying to beat this thing down, shake as many people out as possible, get it to a position where they can cover and run it up. Just like Volkswagen short squeeze, just like multiple other short squeezes, I think it is AMC's time. Also, if we go ahead and look at the original MOASS map. So I don't have the bars pattern anymore, but you guys, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and check out my old videos where basically I had a MOASS roadmap. I had everything mapped out and it was tracking candle for candle. I had a bars pattern and I had patterns, technical analysis patterns with the bars pattern, and I was using this to call the price every single day accurately. If you look at my live streams, I would call out a price. I would tell people the price target the day before. Then we would watch it live, happen live on the live streams, and it would hit every single time, 10 out of 10. So go ahead and check out those videos if you would like, but that's the explanation of the MOASS roadmap. But if you are new to this channel, again, you'll have to check this out. But if you're not, you understand that we had the MOASS roadmap. The bars pattern is gone, but we still have the time frames. This is still the time frames. I erased all the patterns as well because the chart got all messed up. All the patterns were way down here and stuff like that and condensed. But we still have the time frames. And the time frames for when the squeeze was going to start was not until September 27th till October the 6th. Okay, that was the range when the squeeze was going to start. So even if we were still on track before the reverse split got involved, before all of this bull crap happened with the court case, and we were tracking with the MOASS roadmap, before all of that got involved, we still would not have squeezed as of yet. So that is another reason why I am holding. Again, this is not a date and this is not financial advice. I'm not giving you guys dates for when the MOASS is going to happen. I'm just saying that if the MOASS roadmap was still in play, we would not be squeezing yet. So if the reverse split didn't get involved and we were still tracking candle for candle like we were, again, we would not be squeezing until the range of, and again, I don't give dates, but I'll give you guys this range, and this is not a guaranteed thing. I'm not giving financial advice. As you guys can see, the dates are September 26th all the way to the range of October 6th. In that range, in those weeks, we would be seeing the squeeze start to happen and seeing those nice price actions to the upside. So again, me personally, I'm holding on to this thing. I'm diamond handing this thing. I'm holding on. I'm not selling my shares. I did buy some more before the reverse split. I'm holding on to my position. Okay, I'm holding on to my position, not financial advice. But to me, the play is not over. The play is not over. I would honestly admit to you guys if the play was over. You guys already know I talk very freely. I talk very openly. I'm very transparent with what I do. And I would tell you guys literally like, yo, it's done. But with the short, and I told you guys before we went into the reverse split, I said, hey, as long as the short interest doesn't suddenly dry up, and as long as we don't suddenly disappear from the threshold security list, then we're Gucci. Those things have not happened yet. Now we really need to wait till Monday because the reverse split just kicked in and the threshold security list lags. So we really need to wait till Monday and next week to be 100% sure. But so far so good. Short interest is increasing and we're still on the list. So to me, we still look really good. And I do think with based off the technicals, we're going to see a sharp recovery back to the upside with these gap fills, with the EMAs being way up here, with being way outside of the Bollinger Bands, and RSI being way oversold on every metric from the weekly to the daily all the way down. Also, with the potentiality of the dividend exposing naked shorts, with multiple predictions for more upside from websites like this. Also, we can see that the short interest again is increasing. We can see with history, we've seen stocks get beat down before a major short squeeze. And with the MOASS roadmap, we can see that it's still not time to squeeze, even if we were still tracking with the algorithm, which means, in my personal opinion, the algorithm may have gotten messed up from the reverse split, or price action may have gotten messed up from the reverse split, but still, it is still the same. The QSIP and everything got changed. So again, the algorithm could have got switched. We're seeing GME kind of move differently as well, but I'm still taking into the factor that this is not time for the squeeze. We were projected to squeeze again around September 26th and October the 6th for the MOASS roadmap. So I'm taking this in the factor as well. I am holding. I'm not selling, and the play does not look over to me. So guys, this is your update for AMC. AMC, again, this is just AMC covering AMC and focusing on AMC. This is what I'm personally doing. I'm holding, diamond hand this thing. I don't think it's going to go to zero just yet, but listen very carefully. There's a lot of risk involved because we do have the dilution. I'm not saying it's all sunshine and rainbows from here. This is a very, very high risk, very, very high reward play. Okay, so with very, very high risk comes high reward. We have the fears of dilution. Dilution could definitely knock this thing out, especially if we see a run. They could control it using dilution by using the dilution to push it down. We could see multiple things, but right now I'm seeing max fear in the apes, which means I want to be bullish. We're also seeing signs of being way oversold and a sharp recovery back to the upside. And we're seeing possible signs of, again, the company improving and shorts being absolutely in a disaster with the cost to borrow and with the brokers being messed up. So me personally, I'm holding on to this thing, not financial advice. But guys, this is the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more Data Zero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. $50 for a lifetime invite. I talk about stocks, cryptos, trades all day long. It's an exclusive community as as well. And I drop buy and sell signals. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and hit me up on the email link below. But if you want to support me for free, all you have to do is simply drop a like, leave a comment, and press subscribe. And thank you for everyone who watched to the end of this video. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright, that was the video. If you found it informative, all you have to do is simply drop a like, leave a comment, and press subscribe. That is a great way to help the channel grow. And remember, I do have a Discord that you can join. That's $50 for a lifetime invite. Or the membership. The membership helps me because ad revenue doesn't pay a lot. I'm trying to do members only content. And you get a badge next to your name as a member. You get validation as a member of this channel. You get to use exclusive emojis in the live streams. And you get color on your name when you are a member. Your name also gets put on the home screen of the channel. So I appreciate each and every person that is a member of the channel. You help out a ton. All of that money goes back into the channel, reinvesting into new equipment, making the channel better. And I appreciate each and every one of you that watched to the end of this video. And as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.